Hey everybody, one of the most common questions I get asked when learning modeling is how to create a circular kind of polygonal ring that you could maybe extrude or you could cut out so that it can be a hole. And really it just comes down to forming enough geometry to make this happen. So typically what I'll do is grab the Insert Edge Loop tool. I can double click on this so I can get my tool settings, and I will use multiple edge loops and switch this to 3 because I'm going to put 3 going across this way and 3 going across this way. Now I could just do this, of course, in my inputs when I create the cube, but just in case you don't have a cube, maybe you've got a more complex object, and by putting 3 around each side like this, essentially what you've done now is created some space right here for that circle to exist. So now it's just a matter of moving these vertices around the edges into something that's more circular. So typically what I'll do is just get a piece of reference. I'll grab a cylinder. I'm going to move this cylinder up here. Let's just decide maybe that's how big I want this to be. And I want to change this using the channel box inputs so that it doesn't have 20 subdivisions, but it has 8. So I'm basically going to match to this octagon. I personally like using my top view to do this, and I'll even, sometimes I keep both open just to have it, but I'll even put this into 4 mode. So if you press 4 on your keyboard, you'll see now that you can perfectly see kind of both shapes here. So if I go into vertex mode, I'm going to grab this one, and then holding shift I'll grab this one, and with my scale tool you can see I just push those apart until I'm matching where they are on this octagon. I can grab all 4 of these corners, push them toward each other that way and this way, and then this one and this one. We'll do the same thing. So now, if I hop back over here, I can just get rid of this. This was just for reference, just to help me get the general shape. And now you'll see that I did both sides because I was drag selecting through, but I have these more circular type faces. So if I were to say, extrude this side, and push this in, and go to object mode. Now, if I smooth this out, so if I put this in 3 mode, and I have to do one quick change on mine because my computer likes to crash if I don't. Normally you shouldn't have to do that. But if I put this into 3 mode, you'll see that this now turns into a circle. And that's pretty much what we're going for. So I, of course, could reinforce any edges that I wanted to. So if I go back into my Insert Edge Loop tool, maybe I reinforce this edge, and even just doing that much, you'll see, putting this back into 3 mode, I'm starting to get a little bit more of that circular shape that I was trying to go for. So ultimately, that's really all it is. If I wanted to, I, of course, could just punch this out and punch this out and then bridge the two so you've got a hole that goes all the way through the center. But that's all I do. I just get some sort of a reference. A lot of people will ask, why not use Booleans? If you've ever used a 3D software, Booleans are an option. And you can. The main reason is this is going to keep your geometry in a cleaner format. Using Booleans essentially is going to create some odd geometry, a bunch of n-gons or, anything over 4-sided faces, and it can require a little bit more cleanup. So this method just allows you to get some decent geometry with it, creates this nice circle, doesn't take too much effort, and that is pretty much how I do it.